So Warner Brothers, we all knew. Man, I think we've been doing this pod a long time. We remember Warner Brothers was kind of independently doing its own thing under AT&T, then got sold to Warner Brother to Discovery, I guess, and became WB Warner Brothers Discovery, and I have it went from was it Spicy Jason K what's his name? Kalar? I think that was the CEO
Pilar,
then.
juicy.
Juicy, thank you. Juicy CEO to the messy CEO, David Zaslav, who's been out here kicking off, canceling movies left and right, like Batgirl, pissing off people for firing people left and right, creating movies like Alto Nights with his best friend Robert De Niro that got 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. But I digress.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is now on the chopping block. They put themselves out for bid. We haven't really talked about it yet, but it's official. There was a lot of people out there looking to acquire Warner Brothers, Paramount, other big kind of entities. Netflix threw their hat in the ring and looks like they are the one to win it over. And Hollywood is in flames. Everybody is hot. So the story is it was earlier this week or late Friday this week. It's that Warner Brothers will be bought by Netflix, value of about 82 billion or almost 83 billion, equity value of 72 billion, and they're looking to kind of close it in Q3 of 2026. Mr. Benja, this is seismatic. This is an earthquake, that we haven't seen in a while, because this is a studio that actively produces movies and puts them in the theater, being bought by a streamer who the antithesis of putting things in the theater. So it has Hollywood shaking in his boots, man. What are your thoughts, high level? We can kind of get into some of the weeds on this a little bit.
Hey, man. This is funny because I had this argument / discussion about this way long ago with the video game industry old schooler, when I was like, man, Warner Brothers got bought by, it was the AOL Time Warner thing.
Yes.
Way back in the day when America Online, I don't even know how many of you remember that name, when America Online came in and bought Warner Brothers, and I was like, what? This is crazy. It's like Tech Bros going to do what Tech Bros do. And this hasn't changed, because it's like, hey, somebody bought you a little while ago, right? Yeah, I'm gonna buy you too.
You just a street corner. You just my bottom B.
And I'm a tech bro, so you're gonna get with this. What you gonna do? All your movies are digital anyway.
James, you gotta make a meme, man. Just create a meme. Put a meme up here, man. Just with the Warner Netflix, looking like a pimp with Warner Brothers on the street.
Oh man. But that's how it is though, man. It's like you've got so many, because right now at this point, it's like movies are used for other things. And you can see this in the music industry. We're not about music anymore. It's like music is just the advertisement for the energy drink, the festival, the this and that. And it's happening with movies too, where it's like, yeah, we don't care so much about, K-pop Demon Hunters as a movie. It's a brand, and we're gonna sell you all this other stuff, and we're gonna get you in the seats. We're gonna get you buying lunch boxes and all types of stuff. So it's just a whole ecosystem. And now that tech is kind of running stuff, you've got all these IP things going on. It's like now these characters can be integrated into Netflix games, which is still a thing. Like Fortnite's got characters and they're always making deals. It's like, well, hey, now we've got all these Warner Brothers IP and characters. Let's make some games. Let's make some T-shirts. Let's make some board games, some whatever. So,
yeah. So I was thinking about how to frame this, right? What does this kind of look like? And I guess I could frame it around D's, the letter D.
D's.
So D's. Anyway, so one is data. So obviously you meant the right thing. Is around like they're acquiring a library of information that they can leverage to make their streaming platform more profitable. So, I mean, Warner Brothers doesn't just produce studio movies, but they also produce TV shows. Some of the greatest TV shows that we like, Friends, is a Warner Brothers product, right? Television
Right, right.
show. A lot of shows that are out there now, they're on their channels, were developed by Warner Brothers Studios. So they're
Mhm.
licensing Warner Brothers content. So to Apple, for instance, I can't remember a couple of shows that Warner Brothers actually exclusively produces TV shows for Apple that
Mhm,
Apple's
yeah,
licensing. So it's kind of crazy to see that, Netflix will have a piece of that, right? And so, yes,
yeah.
those are lucrative, but it's like, yeah, Apple TV, yeah,
It's
Prime Video, you got my content, son. But
it's like,
so anyway, so that's
oh, you know
data.
what, man? That's like back to our terribly inappropriate analogy here. You know, you out in the date, some dude in a satin shirt comes up and is like, "Hey, you know I'm letting you do this, right? You know I'm letting you license this content, right?" It's like, who? Warner? That no, that Warner's mine. It's like, nah, Warner's mine. You just ain't know it yet. I'm gonna I'm gonna take Warner back anytime I want. And it's like, oh man, what am I gonna do?
So
So
data, just about all the users and what they look at for the data and understanding,
yeah,
what they like, what they don't like, so that can help into the next D development of new
hmm
content
data
that's
development.
really focused on, the next generation content that people will want to watch, so they
Yeah,
can kind of churn it out faster with the data that they have. The next D is discovery, making a universe of content that's available. The Warner Bros. Has tons of content. We just talked
yeah,
about that. So imagine you can just go to Netflix and get all that content. I mean, it's already kind of the global television show, but what if you have one of the top studios that's just been cranking out top stuff? Especially part of that is HBO, which is, a huge IP generation machine, right? They have
yeah.
it's still known. We just watched a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Game of Thrones spinoff. They're
hmm
still producing high level content that people want to watch. So
yeah,
making that discoverable on Netflix is huge, especially new run content that nowhere else. Um, and then last D is dominance. I mean, so the streaming wars are over. So now
yeah,
Netflix has proven that they have won wholeheartedly. When
now,
you buy a studio,
yeah,
that's dominant.
yeah. Now, are they planning on doing? I haven't looked into what their plans might be. And some people were saying that it's even not even 6 or 9 months out, but 18 months out. So I don't know how long this whole deal is going to take, and if it'll even go through.
Well,
Um,
yeah, that's always the debate, but I'm sure politically, as long as they play nice with the Trump administration, AE provides some kind of incentive, in the
yeah,
words of a sack of money somewhere to a foundation. I'm sure they could probably get it through regulatory approval. But there's a lot of people who are pushing back. I just saw an article today. Paramount,
mhm,
which is now owned by what's the guy who owns Oracle? His son bought that.
right, right.
Yeah, what's his name? Man, I'm
Ellison,
sorry. Ellison. Yep, they're real good friends with Trump, so they're actually
yeah,
are trying to push back on this acquisition and saying that this is not fair. And obviously, Hollywood is pushing back because that's a major studio that is getting acquired. So what does that mean for distribution channels with the theaters? Theater owners are up in arms because
yeah,
that means less content going to theaters. So it's a lot of moving parts. I got to believe Netflix thought about all this before they went down this
yeah,
path for growth, because they must have realized that yes, the what's it the was it the it's worth the squeeze, the heartache is worth the squeeze, or the lemon is worth the squeeze. What's that cliche that we say all the time? But
I don't say it because
you don't
I've
say
never
it.
heard of this before.
You never heard that one before?
I may have heard you say it and be like, okay, but
He just accepted it up. Yeah, whatever. That's what you say. Is it worth the squeeze? Basically, is the
yeah,
pain worth the reward, which we talked about, the D's, the data, the dominance, the discovery, right, and the ability to kind of have all that
mm,
content. So I don't know, because you're right, it's going to be a lot of heartache if this goes through over the next 18 months.
hmm,
And then, but obviously they're saying the right things. All content, they didn't say future content, but all existing content will still be sent to the theaters first But what happens after that? That's going to be the interesting thing.
Yeah, this whole scene is very interesting. It's like you've got Apple with tech and tech and platform, Amazon with tech and shopping, Netflix with pretty much just tech and streaming, um, and Paramount, and I don't even consider anything past the big three. I guess Apple's not big three. What am I saying?
Yeah, well, it used to be
Uh,
5 studios, so now they think they're only down to 4. Paramount, Universal, Disney. It's only 3, and then I guess Netflix now with the acquisition of
yeah.
Warner Brothers. So it's not that many studios, and so as someone who has family members in the entertainment business, it's tough, trying to find gigs. I mean, out there in LA now because the studios are not hiring
I
as
didn't think
much.
about that part of it because they'll start pulling a Disney where it's like, hey, we're going to put Pedro Pascal and everything.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they look at the data that Netflix.
Yeah,
That's what they. Why you think there's so many Millie Bobby Brown content on Netflix? They
yeah,
know. I'm not. I mean, she's okay, but I'm not like watching for her content. But she's got like 5 movies on Netflix, including
yeah.
Stranger Things. So it's like she's a Netflix star, and they have their own kind of homegrown stars that they're
Darlings, as they call them.
darlings, yeah, that their algorithms and data tell them that this gets the eyeballs, right? And so now they have their own. So they're just looking for IP. They got Stranger Things that's gonna have content. They got this K-pop Demon Hunters. Now they got Netflix. I mean, excuse me, Warner Brothers of all their IP, and that includes the DC universe, right? And all those
Yeah.
characters, Batman, Superman, all that. So what does that mean for James Gunn? I don't know how much longer he's got there.
Oh God, I almost forgot to mention James Gunn. Thank you for saying that. Um, that Superman was garbage, man.
Oh, you finally saw it?
I didn't like it. It's- I was talking about. I wonder if it's going to be, where it was going to be on the weird scale, and it's like I
It
just
was too weird for you?
no, it wasn't weird. I mean, it could have been weirder. It just didn't flow for me. I'm like,
Wow.
don't
Because
care.
I thought it was like, I mean, I liked it, but I thought it was weird for, I sat there with my wife, my dad, my kids. They all loved it, man. Even though I thought
Yeah,
it was like a black hole, a dog, a flying dog,
yeah.
all these things, and they were like loving it. So that's interesting, that you weren't a fan. So there you
Uh,
go, guys.
I've been aged out.
Oh wow. Mr. Bench is done, son. Are you done
Uh,
with DC in
actually,
general? Are you done with
no,
DC in general?
actually, um, Superman may just be old news. Uh, I'm digging stories with Mr. Terrific. Digging stories that may happen with Guy Gardner. That's still fresh and interesting.
Oh,
Supergirl
so
and the
those.
dog.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Supergirl and the dog. I'm actually all about them too. So I'm digging all that stuff. But it's like, as far as a Superman story, it's like he didn't care. It's like Superman. Well, we're gonna give him some funky parents, that just seem really goofy and weird. And
Generic. Are you
yeah,
which side? His adoptive parents or his Jor-El and his
his
mother?
adoptive parents. Yeah, and
Yeah.
his real parents. That they didn't even touch on that lore really. They just kind of like, oh, hold on, the tape is messed up. But I really did dig on Supergirl's goofiness. And I
Yeah,
was like,
the junk party girl
yeah,
athlete. Yeah, I thought that was different. Yeah.
laughing and getting slammed into the ground. I was like, okay,
And you liked Mr. Terrific. I mean, it was so obvious that he was trying to make Mr. Terrific a thing in that whole scene. Wow, he's
yeah,
so
still,
cool. When you have the camera like zooping, you do the hero
yeah,
shot and then you zoop around him to
yeah,
360 and all the things he's doing. You're like, oh man, he is cool, ain't he? You
yeah.
like this character.
High level nerd cool. I still don't want to see him brought up like that by some other director. Only James Gunn could have.
Yeah.
I'm only allowing that for James Gunn
And then,
because
Nathan Fillion, who's a James Gunn long time, associate,
yeah,
is obviously in this thing. So yeah, I mean, these directors, they and their actor friends. James Gunn, man, this dude. So anyway, he might end up winning because why not? Netflix would be like, we'll give you a shot, see what you can do with this Netflix run guap with the DC
Yeah.
universe. Here's some money. Because remember, they bought the Millar universe and that flopped like a.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you know what? I had a chance to watch Jupiter's Legacy again. You're right. It wasn't good. I tried to watch it again. I thought it was good at the time. I said, oh, this is, I mean, it has some good concepts, it has some good
That's
characters,
it. Yeah, the great
but it was
concepts
just
and stuff.
like, oh, this is not executed well. And I was trying to put my finger on it. Maybe the lore wasn't quite there. Maybe the leads in the lore, I just didn't like them as much. I don't know. You know, it was, yeah. So anyway, they're
Yeah.
gonna have another shot, Netflix, with, you know, IP that's bigger with the DC universe. So James Gunn might be a part of that. So we'll see. A lot of things to discover, man. Yeah, we're just getting started with this, guys. You know, everybody's kind of up. You know, really, if you go to Deadline or any of the Hollywood press, if you will, they're all saying Hollywood is over because it's basically a symbol that a streamer that was nothing less than
Yeah.
10 years. What, when they come out, was it? I can't remember. I was in Cisco, so maybe about 15 years ago, putting TV on the internet.
Yeah.
Now it has bought a studio, so people, a major studio, so people are kind of like Hollywood's over. So we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, when all the major, yeah, you're who's running the show, and that's what I was getting at earlier with, Apple, Disney, Amazon, and now Netflix. So who's running the show?
Yep, ain't
Let us
ain't
know,
ain't
guys.
what you think.
Yeah, if you guys have any insights on that, or how you feel about this. Do you think it changes up the content? We were talking about Hot D in the beginning, and Night of Seven Kingdoms, and that's just a almost a footnote now in this whole big saga. But let us know what you think about any of this.
But look, guys, I hope you enjoy what we talk about. Look, this is what we do every week, man. We give you guys the latest and greatest of all the great things that's going on in the artistry world as well as the business world of Hollywood and technology. So, look, if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and comment at Show versus Business on X, Threads, YouTube, and Instagram. Listen to us at Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And go check out our website at Show versus Business.
Peace.